Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And we finally got done with that pesky-ass mission last time, and it was sick! Oh boy, okay, so it's like 12:30 in the morning right now, and I just got home from work not that long ago. Yeah, you heard it correct, 12:30 in the day, and I'm just rolling in from work. I'm telling you, man, these bookwork nights are just a fucking nightmare factory. Like, it's nights like this that make me want to box my own ears and then just shove my head right into a bag of unmixed cement. Like, it's just filling my gooch with pain as we speak. And so here I am, boiling my ass to death on the fucking sun, also known as my office. Even though I think at this point it may have now just dropped under 80 degrees at 12:30 in the morning. So there's that. However, I am just teetering on the absolute edge of having to take another shower when I get done filming this thing. I really don't want to have to do that, but with the way this day has been going, it wouldn't surprise me at all if I just have to break down and do it anyways. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but until then, let's go pick up our mission here. You've had your chips, now I'm getting mine.
Hit me.
Hey, you gonna have
sure,
5
man?
cards? God. Yeah, hit me with that 5 card, man. I'm gonna try to go for that 50. It's either that or that card's gonna be the magic ace that gives him 21. You just watch.
I'm a stick. What you got?
How would I know? You tell me.
I ain't got them Braille playing cards, you know.
Not good, man.
Oh my God, he got 47? I think he may have
bad
lost.
luck for me. You know, when I play the other guys, I always win.
And by win, I mean those guys tell me that I win,
chips.
but I'm totally losing. No wonder my
That's
wallet keeps
amazing.
getting
You didn't even
thinner all the
touch it.
time.
No, I just took a guess. Why else would he come in with 2 chips and sound so worried? You take a look.
Well, one of them looks like a regular chip, but the other one kind of looks like a bathroom token.
Got the
No
sunglasses
wonder
and a
why
white
they look
stick.
so suspicious.
Insolent bastards!
I'll make sure the cashiers are extra vigilant.
It's obvious where these chips are coming from.
They're coming from hell! God, who let Satan in here again? Fuck, I told him to leave this place alone. He's got his own fucking casino across town.
I got you on this.
Why does he always do that? He's always like, hey man, don't worry, I got this. And then he just fucking leaves. He's always like, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, but I got this. Head towards the factory unit on the outskirts of town. You're going to disturb their operacion. But don't barge in there too loud, otherwise the surgeon performing the operation is going to accidentally snip the carotid artery, and that guy is going to be dead, and you're going to be held liable. And let me tell you what, that's going to cost a lot of money. So, you know, you want to be cheap, just go in there nice and quiet. So, just with the way that this mission sounds like it's unfolding, I think I'm going to go pick up some body armor, you know? After the way the last episode shaped up, I think it would be a wise choice for me to not be fucking stupid about this. Just be proactive now. Be like a doomsday prepper. We may not need it, or we're gonna spend a lot of money on stuff that we may not need, but at least we'll have it in case it does come down to that.
Hold it. Love it.
Alright, let's do this shit. I think that we're going to be good in the guns department. I can't imagine that we're going to need more than what we've got right now. Unless this is like a stealth thing and we're going to need like silenced ammo, but I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. So, dude, okay, let me tell you about my day today, or at least the beginning of it. There's a redeeming part at the end, don't worry. But I have had the ultimate. I have had just an absolute full force case of the Mondays today. It was just an absolute dumpster fire to the nth degree. Like, just all the way. It was cranked up all the way. It definitely fucking turned up for what? Yeah, not turned down for what, it turned all the way up, and then it said what in my face after that. Okay, where the fuck are we going? Where are we going tonight? That looks like the top of a tank. Oh, it's right over there. I figure, okay, they said outskirts of town. That looks definitely still in the main part of town. Like, when I hear the words outskirts, I'm talking, I would have figured maybe somewhere like out here or something, but there's obviously no factories over there, so whatever. Okay. So, yeah, dude, full force case of Mondays on some total bullshit. I couldn't stand it. Like, I know that the general meaning of case of the Mondays is just, oh, the weekend's over, now it's Monday, I gotta go back to work, so you just have like that general feeling of just unhappiness because you're not living it up anymore, you gotta go back to work, but like, I actually had a pretty decent reason for being upset with it. Like, normally Mondays don't bother me because it's actually my Thursday, but oh, don't worry, I had like an actual Triforce worth of reasoning. Was it 3 or was it? It may actually have been 4, so it may have just been like a flat square's worth in terms of numbers here. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore, but whatever, it makes sense. So, it started, unrelated, well, it's kind of related, whatever. I didn't get to bed till like 3 in the morning this morning because it's so fucking hot all the time. Like, I even had a fan in my room just blaring just ungodly amounts of air right square into my dome, which I don't even really like that. I hate when I have to resort to that because it really never makes it any better. I actually don't even sleep that well when I just have a constant stream of air blowing in my face. Like, it's one thing, like I go to bed at 3 in the morning a lot, but it's one thing when you get to do it comfortably on your own terms, and it's another when you're actually trying to get sleep. Okay, we gotta get in there unnoticed. I'm gonna take the back way then. It's another thing when you're like trying to go to bed, but you're so overheated that you just can't handle it no matter what the fuck you do. And that's where I was stuck. So it was all bad. And let's go walk in here real quick and assess the situation. There's a car right there. I wonder if I have to like sneak around that thing, or I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, who's this character? He looks like a cop to me.
Yes, it's one of those black cops wearing their standard street gear of a green T-shirt and camo pants, with their complimentary red bandanas to go along with it. You know, gotta be stylish at the same time. Okay, I got a feeling there's gonna be a lot of dudes in here, and I was right.
Production lines gotta keep rolling.
Somebody's got a fucking death wish if they're starting trouble around here.
Even though that one guy in here, he's totally got an assault rifle, so we'll see how well that stands up. Let's see if maybe we can just pick off all these guys from here. That'll make this way easier if it works out. So I finally get to bed last night at around like 3:30 or whatever, when I think the world just finally allowed it to happen. They're like, all right, man, we've kept him up long enough. We'll actually let him feel comfortable so we can get at least a couple hours in. And so I finally get to bed, and the way I got woken up this morning was on some shit in itself. So I fell asleep with the window open, and here at my grandma's house, she's you know, almost fucking 90 years old, so she's got people that do all the yard work for her. She's got some landscapers and whatnot, and they always come and take care of all that stuff. They mow the lawn. They take care of all that for her. And so I wake up this morning to one of the loudest fucking sounds ever recorded on this planet. Not even kidding. So I'm just laying there. I don't even know what time it was, truthfully, just because I was so disoriented when it happened, and I was just not even really paying attention. I'm gonna say it was probably around like, I don't know, maybe like 9 o'clock. For me, that's early though, so I don't want to hear anything. And all of a sudden, I just hear this fucking noise. It just goes, "Bwee!" But it was a lot louder than that. There was way more bass in that thing. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And apparently what was going on, it was the landscaping guy, and he was spreading bark dust. And like, okay, for me, when I think of the term spreading bark dust, I think of the guy, you know, pulling up a flatbed truck in the driveway with this giant mound of bark dust, and then you know, take like those big ass shovels and you go walk out there and you do it the hard way, where you're just like, you just kind of scoop it out there and then you know, adjust it by hand or whatever it is that you decide to do. But this guy, man, this guy really had some space age technology for this little task. He had this big ass fucking tube. I don't even know how long that damn thing was, but he had this huge ass tube, and that thing was just spewing it out like crazy. Thus the sound that it was making. It sounded like it had the amount of bark dust that was coming out of this thing was about the same as like the fucking hose that would be filling up a pool if you're trying to do it in like 10 seconds or whatever. It was just like, it was almost like the same type of force that a drunk girl at a party just starts vomiting insanely all over the ground. She just it was just dumping out there. And go figure, the guy decides to start right by my window, just directly right there. And like, I slept with my blinds up and the window open, and I'm calling it right now. I might be a conspiracy theorist on this, but But I'll bet you, one of you guys, a 20 spot, that guy didn't look in my window and see me sleeping and be like, oh, you want a wake-up call? Boy, do I have a wake-up call for you, you dick. And then he just unloads that thing, just, and as soon as, within like seconds of hearing that noise, I was like, what? What the fuck was that? What was happening? And then I, go running out of bed, and I finally understood what was going on, and I was like, oh god, okay, it's just the landscaping guys. Holy smokes, there's a lot of people here. We gotta go. You gotta move, son. So after that, I finally, I was like, all right, dude, I gotta get ready for bed. Get ready for bed. Yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna go to work. I'm just gonna go back to bed. And I was like, man, I gotta get ready for work. I just realized that there's only I only had like 20 minutes to get ready for work. So I was like, shit, okay, I better get going then. So I go and I run into the bathroom. I was like, okay, well, I think I should probably shave. I got this whole haggard look going on, and that's not really a good look. So I go in there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna shave, and then I'll brush my teeth and get in the shower or whatever. So I take my electric razor and I start shaving. And I only got done with like a third of my face before the battery just fucking dies, just craps out right there. And I'm like, dude, come on. I was like, all right, I'll plug the wall charger in, I'll get this thing going. Maybe I'll get done. It'll be ready to at least finish the rest of the job by the time I'm out of the shower and I brush my teeth. So I was like, okay, plug this thing in, whatever. So I do the rest of the job. I jump in the shower. I get out and I'm like, all right, let's give this a try. We're gonna get the rest of it. I start shaving it. No more than like 10 seconds goes by. The fucking battery craps out again. So I'm like, shit, man. I don't have enough time for this. Like I've got to go to work, and I'm just gonna have to take this thing with me and just charge the thing up in the bathroom because I can't just fucking go to work looking like this weird facial hair equivalent of fucking Harvey Dent as Two-Face. I can't have that going on in all likelihood because that's just gonna look ugly as hell. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll do this and shit. So I was like, all right, I gotta leave. I walk out of the bathroom and I just get like this distinct smell of just bark dust and shit. And just like this, like a fresh baby diaper, like with like half baby shit and half chicken shit. It was just like this weird hybrid smell of just full-on crap going on. And I was like, God, what the hell is that? And then it hit me that it was the bark dust. I was like, God, that smells awful. Like, what the hell's the deal with this? And I was like, whatever, I don't have time to deal with it. So I go out to the driveway, I go to go get in my car and leave. And the fucking, the bark dust guy, he's got his huge ass truck parked right behind my car. So I can't get out of there. I can't leave. And I don't even know where this guy is. He's just out and about somewhere in the yard. And so I gotta wait like another 15 minutes for this dude. Keep in mind, 15 minutes goes by, I'm already late for work now. So I was like, shit. So I try to call my dad, and be like, hey, I'm gonna be a few minutes late. And he's like, I got like 3 calls going on, I'll talk to you later. I was like, but I'm trying to... And then he just hangs up on me. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just get there when I get there, it's fine. So the guy finally leaves. And, or he like at least pulls down the drive or whatever. He comes out with his leaf blower and he's still doing his shit. And so I drive to work. And for whatever reason, like the landlords at work, they just decided that they were going to make it so that we can't park out in the front anymore. Like it's a little strip mall, and we used to just park out front. It's never been full ever in that strip mall. But now there's an AT&T retailer over there, and he's like, hey, well, to accommodate the new place, we're thinking it's going to be more full now, so we'll go run over and get a new thing of body armor while I finish up the story. So he's like, so everybody's got to park in the back now. I was like, all right. So I go around to park in the back like I've been doing for a little while. I go back there, and there's these just fucking huge, 2 fucking just giant semi-trucks blocking the way back there so that I can't park my car and go into work. These guys they're like, they're sitting there loading up freight and unloading shit for the tile store that's right next to mine. I'm just sitting here like, dude, I don't have fucking time for this shit. And the guy, he saw that I'm sitting there waiting, and he's like, don't worry, man, I'll be done in like a couple of minutes, and then you can go. I had to sit there and wait for 25 more minutes for him to get done, and I had to roll down the window a couple more times while I'm sitting here just incinerating slowly. Like I can feel my skin just starting to bubble up. Like I'm sitting in the middle of the fucking equator or something, like right down in in Satan's garage. And he's just like, don't worry, I know, man, I'm sorry it's taking so long, I'll be done in a second, I'll move the truck. I'm just like, dude, hurry up. Like, I'm already, like, really, really late to work. This is not cool. And he's like, okay. And so five more minutes goes by, then he leaves. So I finally go and rush into work. And I go into the bathroom and I you know, plug the thing in to get going. And my dad looks at me, he's like, what the hell happened to your face? And I was like, I don't even want to talk about it. I was like, my shaver just died on me halfway through, and he's like, he just kind of like chuckled a little bit. He's like, well, I hope you plan on finishing that. I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to help people this way. And so I, you know, go and plug the thing in. I've got to sit in the office because he doesn't want me helping people. I had to wait almost 45 minutes for that fucking thing to charge so that I could just finish up the other half of my face. Just an absolute nightmare. And that's just like the way it was going, and just the whole day was like that. We had people complaining about shit, and we had freight that was supposed to come in that never showed up on time. I couldn't get my paycheck into the bank before they closed, so I had to put it through the ATM, and I had bills to pay, so I wasn't able to get, you know, that stuff done. I gotta have places like hold checks until like, you know, the day after tomorrow so that they can clear, so I don't have, you know, checks bouncing and all this shit. But the one redeeming quality of this whole thing is that when I was on my way from work to go and do my bookkeeping stuff, I'm driving through my old neighborhood because this the house I was going to, she lives like right near my old house that I grew up in as a little kid, and I'm driving like 20 miles an hour down the street. And there, I see kind of in the distance, there's like this kind of chubby kid riding his bike, and he's just like taking off, man. Like he's just really just barreling that shit out right now. And so I'm going maybe 10 miles an hour. I was just going. I wasn't even, you know, listening to music or anything, and I had both my windows down. And I kind of pull up semi next to him, like he's still a little bit in front of me, and all of a sudden he just starts like kind of weaving a little bit, like he's starting to lose control of his bike, and all of a sudden you just hear this super audible, "Oh no!" And he ends up just like swerving the thing to the right, and he ends up just like flying off the bike, and he just falls into this person's yard just face first. And like it was like this classic moment of just getting like a face full of grass and dirt, and he falls in there, and you can even hear like the noise that came out of his mouth when he hit the ground. He just goes because he just got a bunch of grass and stuff in his mouth. But the funnier part was like when he hit the ground, his body just went totally lifeless. Like not like it knocked him out because I saw him get up as I drove by. But he just, like, his whole body just went limp, and he looked like a piece of driftwood just floating in the water. It just, like, totally just lifeless and just in, like, the way it animated itself. It was so funny. I laughed to the point of crying as I'm going down the road. It was, like, the one redeeming quality of my day. It was so funny. Just like this, blah, 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 just going straight. Just, like, it was like this slow motion, just this poetic piece of just beautiful, hilarious piece of comedy. It's so funny. Oh, I loved it. It was definitely one of those you had to be there moments, but man, though it was just the one thing that kept my day afloat for sure. So that was that, man. But by the way, definitely got to take a shower. I am an absolute puddle right now. So with that said, I'm gonna get this thing uploaded right now. I apologize, guys. I know that these videos I'm filming at like 1 in the morning are a real bummer because you got to go a whole day without me having anything, but at least we're still making progress, so that's good. So like, comment, and subscribe, that whole thing. And this is AMF 1534 saying thank you guys for being patient with me, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. When we come back, we're gonna go and check out another mission, and Muffins is playing Dirty Bomb, whatever the fuck that is.